All right, welcome to our call for this evening. We've got a really special guest speaker, Ellen Graham, National Marketing Director, 12 Club member, is here to share with us some social media tips. And just a little bit about Ellen. She started her Juice Plus journey almost 11 years ago. Happy anniversary. July is your anniversary, Ellen. So happy anniversary.
Wow.
And she went National Marketing Director 2 years ago. And I have so admired Ellen this whole journey that she's gone through, because she has just really fit Juice Plus into her life. She's got 2 young sons. In fact, when I first met Ellen, she had a newborn baby and got on Juice Plus, and then her next baby was a Juice Plus baby. And so she's basically raised her family on Juice Plus. She had life happen. Now she's a single mom, and she's able to support her family because of Juice Plus and still pick them up from school. And that's such a great thing. So I'm really excited to have her on here, because she is powerful. She is smart. She is one of our best social media experts. If you follow her on Instagram or Facebook or anything, it's always met with lots of giggles and funs, but also really a professional way of sharing what she does and making Juice Plus her life passion, to where people want to know more. And I know she's built a lot of her business on social media. So I'm just going to turn it right over to you, Ellen.
Okay. Well, I'm writing down one more note. But I said to Reagan a couple days ago, I said, it's just time to talk about social media. You cannot talk about our virtual franchise and our amazing mission without talking about social media, because it's how we're communicating. It's changed how we communicate and how we connect. Anybody who's not on Facebook is a little bit left behind, right? And so I feel like this is such an important topic, and I'm really passionate about it. I've been fortunate enough to train for the company at conferences on social media. And this was stuff, you guys, that I stumbled into. And it's kind of funny, because years ago, before I had that Juice Plus baby, my best friend said to me, she goes, "You should get on Facebook because you're always into Juice Plus and healthy living." And I said, "Oh, that's like MySpace, that's for nerds." And she finally talked me into getting on Facebook. And, just over time, I started to realize that I was cultivating a lot of new relationships, new customers, and new distributors, and new results in my business through social media as a channel. And, the very first thing I want to say to you guys is, don't think that it ever replaces real relationships. It never, ever, ever replaces a phone call, sitting down in front of someone, getting together as a team. We do these awesome Zooms, but there's nothing like being in the room together at conference, right? So you all need to be in Indianapolis. But, I'm just going to give you some really fundamental guidelines, and I think it's going to make it easy for you guys to embrace doing more with social media and shining that light out. Reagan always talks about that. And think about the marketplace that we're in right now. Network marketing, I've been with Juice Plus for 11 years. 11 years ago, network marketing was a cute hobby for stay-at-home moms, okay? And now everybody's joining a company, right? And so what does your Facebook look like? You are added to a new Lip Sense and LuLaRoe party twice a week, I would guess. Am I correct? Nod your heads. Okay. And everybody in your neighborhood is doing Rodan and Fields, and they very obviously have a formula that they give to their reps to post, and they hammer you hard. And I would agree that they have the best eye cream. But I never wanted to turn my Facebook into a billboard for Juice Plus. And I think when we really truly take that light and we shine it out to others, it's about what Kim McCall has said. She said this from a training in Phoenix. She said, social media is not a microphone, it's a conversation. And I think that that's really key in terms of what you're saying and how you're saying it. When can you ask a question versus making a statement? You can go on my Facebook today. I posted an article about coconut oil. There's been coconut oil controversy lately, right, guys? How much fun is this? And asking people, what do they think? And letting people tell you what they think. This is how you start to cultivate an audience. This is how you start to get to know people out there. I will also post things that don't have really anything to do with my brand every now and then, because I like to keep it interesting. I like to see who's watching me. It gets people piping up and commenting that don't normally do that. I'm going to talk in a second on how literally in 5 minutes tonight, you can discover what your brand is and you can use that on social media to be so much more effective. But you guys, you want to grab attention in a positive way and create curiosity. It's that simple. If you look at what you're posting and you ask yourself those questions, is it creating curiosity? Is it grabbing attention? Is it starting a conversation? Is it positive? Obviously, you want to stay away from things like basically politics and vaccines. Stay away. Stay away from stuff that is really controversial. And keep it positive. Keep it light and fun. You can get serious sometimes. That's cool. You can talk about some big topics with healthy living, but you want to get that conversation going. Keep it simple. And I think that the key to duplicating our business is always about keeping it simple. And just like when I do a wellness presentation, I wipe off the toilet seats, run the vacuum, put out some carrots and hummus, bottle of red, bottle of white. Anybody can come in my house and see that, and they can say, oh my gosh, I can do that too. In fact, a lot of them probably think I can do that better than her because she has cobwebs in the corner or something like that, right? But I always want to keep what I'm doing simple and duplicatable, okay? And absolutely be original and be you. And I think one of the dangers of social media is absolutely the comparison trap, falling into comparison with other Juice Plus distributors, other friends, things like that. You've got to just be empowered to be you, be your own original you. And as I walk you through these steps of building your brand, you'll see that your unique light needs to shine out there. You don't need to be anybody else. You guys, there's people in our company that are absolute rock stars on social media. There are people that can say very controversial things. If I tried to do that, oh my gosh, I can't imagine what would happen. My Facebook might get shut down. There's people that can be super funny and there's people that can't. There's all different types of things. You've just got to be you. So this is how I look at it, and this is what I would teach anybody that is brand new on my team. Pick 2 or 3 topics as your brand. Those are the things you are passionate about, and that's what you post about regularly. If you can post 1 to 6 times a day, and of course later in the week you want to go heavier with your posting, because Thursday and Friday afternoons are that's when Facebook gets the most traffic, Instagram, all those, because people are, what are they doing? They're thinking about their weekends, right? Think about your audience out there. How are most people feeling on Monday mornings? Are they having a venti latte and dragging into a job that they hate? What can you be posting about that is maybe getting a little bit of attention because they're scrolling through Facebook in the bathroom before they walk into their cubicle? I mean, this is real life, right? What can you be showcasing on Thursdays and Fridays that gets people excited about healthy living and their weekends and maybe inspires them? So pick 2 or 3 topics, post about them regularly. So that's your brand. That's all it is, you guys. So for me, and I'll just talk about me, this isn't you. Think about what your 2 or 3 are, but I talk a lot about being a mom and raising boys. I share some of those hair-raising adventures. And of course, my number 2 thing is healthy living. Now for me, healthy living is not just Juice Plus. It's the food I eat, it's fitness, it's my relationships, it's my spirituality. And so to me, healthy living is that whole banner. And I just want to inspire people to live their healthiest lives from wherever they are. And so I think this is an area where we want to be careful not to come across as judgmental. But it's like, okay, the healthy bus is rolling through town again. And if the healthy bus had a margarita machine on it, like, who wants to jump on and have a margarita with us? And making people feel like they can jump in at any time and be part of this. Because what I've seen just in my own business is all of the time, out of the blue, new customers and distributors, and they were people watching me on social media. Oftentimes they weren't liking, they weren't commenting. I felt like they came out of nowhere, and when I started to ask questions, they've been reading my posts for a year. And they'll say, oh my gosh, you know, you really inspired me. I joined the gym 6 months because of you, and I lost 20 pounds. And I'm probably not their only source of inspiration. They're watching Food Babe and the women with the abs and all that kind of stuff. But that's my number 2 thing. And my number 3 thing that I love to post about is being an entrepreneur. And just, you know, that lifestyle that I'm so passionate about. And Reagan touched on that. You know, the number 1 thing I'm most thankful for in my business is that I pick up my kids every day from school, because I want to know who their friends are. I want to look their teachers in the eye and hear about their day. And I want to have those conversations with them that at these ages, they're 8 and 11 now, this is when you really hear what's going on in your kids' heads and hearts. So that's the thing I'm most proud of. So think about, what is your brand? And you can ask some people that are maybe on the team or some people outside of Juice Plus, like, if you could sum up in 3 words who I am out there on Facebook, if you didn't know me outside of Facebook, or we just became friends on Facebook at somebody's birthday party, how would you describe me? Make sure those things are in alignment, because you can start to tweak that. You can create a brand for yourself. And, you know, you can really actually take that to the next level of, who's your audience? Who do you really want your team to be? Do you want to go out there and get those young moms and build those moms on a mission? You know, are you looking for teachers to get, you know, that are burned out, that are looking for a way out? You know, and start to talk to that audience through your brand. And then, you know, just a couple other tips, you guys, that I think have been really helpful for me. You know, be someone that others would follow, and think about, who are you willing to follow? So, you know, for me, there's just a few people in my life that I'm willing to follow, right? I look to, you know, my upline, like Reagan. I look to some people in this company, look at my pastor. You know, I have some trusted people that I look to. How can you be that for others? Again, that's shining that light out. So people are out there wandering around. They don't know how to get healthy. They don't know how to make more money. And they're looking for ways. You know, there's those people out there that have that above average desire. You just have to turn on the light and show them the path. When you post, obviously with Instagram, it's all images. You have to post an image. And Facebook, over the last few years, you rarely see posts without images. Just make sure your images are clear, they're concise, they make sense. They invoke curiosity. Curiosity is the most powerful thing that we can create with social media, because it starts conversations. It's positive, it's motivational, it's intriguing, it's your brand. You know, sometimes catch people maybe a little bit off guard. You know, have fun with it. I, for one, am tired of all the perfect smiling selfies that got so popular a couple of years ago. And so I'm like, you know what? Roll your eyes, show your wrinkles, make a face, like, just be you, because that stuff really inspires people. That, I think, as Wendy Campbell says, you know, that they are enough. And we want people to know that they're enough. We don't want this to be about, like, oh, you have to come try and be great like me, right? So, and just remember that it all comes down to your story when it comes to inspiring healthy living. It comes down to your story. How can you share on a regular basis nuggets of your story that, again, create curiosity and be more empowered to tell your story? And again, not being a billboard. You know, don't put Juice Plus pictures in your profile and your cover photos. You know, just kind of stay away from that. Just be you. You know, if you are a person who's an avid runner, your cover photo should have a picture of you doing one of your 10Ks or your half marathons or something really cool about that. And so those are the tips in a nutshell for you guys. And really just think about that brand. It's pretty simple to get together. It's pretty simple to teach that to your team. You'll be able to share this video with them. And empower, let's empower each other to just go out, be ourselves, inspire people to join up with absolutely the most incredible mission that we get to be part of. And for those of us who have been around a while, we know about the lives changed. We know what's happened to our own health. And that's really the end goal, is that social media opens a door to a conversation, and that conversation continues, at your local Starbucks or over a Zoom or over a three-way call. So that's what I've got for tonight.
That was awesome, Ellen. Thank you so much. It was so helpful. And I know for me, sometimes I get tired of, like you said, all of the perfect smiles, and I know I need to do a better job with my social media. I think I got a little bit burnt out on it. So I love having those tips and totally re-excited about it. So thank you. All right. So we will look forward to everybody posting really great stuff here this next week. And
do you want to open it for any comments or Q&A?
Yep. And you know what? I'm going to turn the recording off though for that.
Okay.
Okay.